Hi everyone, Michelle Lang here. I'm an occupational therapist in the Denver, Colorado area, and I'm coming to you again today to talk a little bit more about power wheelchair driving methods. By far the most common driving method is a standard joystick. This is what most people use. Most people can reach out, grasp that handle, drive around without a problem. But a standard joystick doesn't work for everyone, primarily because of its size and its force requirements. So a standard joystick is rather big, it's kind of clunky. It might include a display that provides feedback to the driver. It might also include various buttons, dials, toggle switches that allow the driver to control their power, their speed, and maybe access to other features of the chair. For example, controlling their power tilt system through the joystick. But when do we need a different style joystick? Well, another common option is called a compact joystick, and I happen to have one here. So this compact joystick is made by Movis, and Movis comes out of Belgium. This is called their all-round joystick, and it's distributed in the United States by Stealth Products. So as you can see, this is much smaller than a standard joystick. As such, it just has pretty much the joystick. It requires the same amount of force and travel as a standard joystick, but has a much smaller package. If the client really needed the feedback from the display that's on a typical joystick, we could add a display, a separate display to the system to work along with this. If the client needs to access various features such as power, mode switch, those sort of things, it's possible to do so. On the bottom of this are two switch jacks. Let's see where they are. We have power, that's the red one, and a mode jack. We can plug any switches into those. So I could take something like this AbleNet Jelly Bean switch, and I can go ahead and just find the end of this and plug it on in, and now when I push this, it would act as a mode switch. I can use any switch. I can put it wherever the client has best control. One unique feature of this particular compact joystick from Movis is they have these little windows here. The window can be removed like I've done here, and we can place a special mounting system they have for one of their switches called a twister switch. So this fits right in here. This is a mechanical switch that's very sensitive. It's a nice little switch, so someone could be driving along and just pop this with their finger or even with a chin. Again, if this isn't the best switch or the best placement, no problem. We can plug in any switch we want, and it can be mounted wherever the client has best control. So why are we going to use a compact joystick? Well, again, it's a smaller package that allows us to mount this in less typical locations, like by the chin. It also works well for someone of shorter stature, where a typical joystick is just too bulky. One example of that would be with children. So I hope this was helpful. Again, a compact joystick requires the same amount of force and travel as a standard joystick. It just comes in a more compact package. And there's other ways of accessing control, such as power and mode, usually by using switch jacks that are attached to this compact joystick. Several manufacturers do have a light version of a compact joystick that requires about half the force of a typical joystick, and this might be helpful for clients as well. Please join us for our next video on mini proportional joysticks. I hope to see you then. Thanks.